So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the beasts. Heaven or hell.
いい試合にしましょう。
ちょっと見る。
Faust versus Kai. Duel 1. Let's rock.
させるか。そこ。ここだ。
Welcome everybody, thank you for joining us on Xanadu 504 this Thursday. And right now we're starting our Guilty Gear Strive sets with a Faust Kai matchup. Such like an opposite of two characters. One supposedly like the honest, like Shoto type, where the other is just trying to be random by throwing out items and just has all these weird animations, honestly. Big 5H counter hit, but unfortunately you can't do anything off that heavy slash and just gets run up grab. Just backdashes out of the 5K, mistimes his meaty, unfortunately, and Jules taking the first round. Round swipe, both players kind of backing off, kind of pressing their safe options. And that is going to be like a major factor of this matchup, where how well can Marooch read these dive kicks by Faust with 6P. Honestly, Faust should have a tough time with dealing with Kai projectile and getting around it successfully without going 6 feet out of the air and things like that. And kind of just gets sniped full screen. Stun dipper, no meter, and the immediate DP both get seen through and doesn't get the biggest of punishes, as Faust with no meter isn't really that much of a threat. Trumpet called. I'm honestly not sure who got that trumpet, but Faust does have the afro. Well, both have the afro, and forces the burst there. High now pressuring in the corner. Stun dipper, dipper extension. Into positive meter bonus. Both players back off right after the wall break. But not for long as he just stun dippers RCs. Takes the hard knockdown and rather mix the game. The drive act or the dust acting like an anti-air and just sniping Faust out of the as Marooch takes game 1.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
This time ready for that heavy slash punish. Max damage. Early burst by Faust here, and that may put them in a really bad position because now they're just in the corner, and they don't really have that many good defensive options right now, especially with no meters. Opts for wall break for positive bonus, and this round kind of looking all high. RC Scarecrow, and the man grab. So effective. Doesn't opt for not going for instant overhead, but instead calls item call, which actually messes him up because Kai ends up picking it up.
Duel 2.
And will help convert the grab into a combo. 2S finding its smart round start. As meteors get called down, as a nice block on the toss-up there by Marooch. As Marooch is just high looping them in the corner. Scarecrow's out, but just catches them with the stun dipper. And that will be 2-0 Marooch.
Duel 1.
No pausing, no waiting, we're just going right back into this spin. That is a button that hasn't been really seen as of yet. The heavy slash by the 2 heavy slash by Faust. And just runs up and hits him with counter hit 2K. Forces burst there early. Stun Dipper with no meter, but finds pressure, but eventually just gets poked out by jab. 6-3 combo. Unfortunately, drops the combo there. Unfortunate by Jules. He's got with this should not kill. I'm capping. Stun Dipper RC. This shouldn't kill. Get one more chance at life. Get another chance at life, actually, and 5K meaty hits them. Now match point by Marooch. Stun Dipper again, no meter, just no fear. Just imposing their will. Psyche finds his mic, but doesn't really do anything off of it. Scarecrow's out the corner, and that's kind of seems to be the option for Jules. But sometimes it's kind of getting stuffed out. So I like to see a little bit of switch up, but I mean, if it's working, it's working. Fast RC, unable to find the hit. Tries to catch him out in the air into immediate ride the lightning, but it's too late for the punter. Didn't want to get caught up in their own bomb, so Jules just backs off, doesn't take the combo. But Mini Faust now on screen. Doesn't actually end up doing anything, but now there's a bomb. Now there's Mini Faust again. 2 bombs straight in a row. You're gonna get hit, yeah. I saw that coming. Just 2 straight bomb pulls. That's kind of lucky. Early burst by Jules here, but now just immediately finds himself in the corner as the backdash gets punished. But Scarecrow's out, but doesn't let them do it for free. Marooch with the Stun Dipper RC combo and just brings them to the other corner. Now Jules basically has to play perfect game at this point. As a nice counter hit, catching the air fireball. I think I got that life there. Just runs up full screen in 6P, threatening grab there. Jules presses up, tries to press a button and just gets hit for it. That was a really nice switch up because they mainly been doing Stun Dipper from full screen in that scenario. And now it sounds like we should have either maybe a Leo or Bridget coming up here for this next match. So both characters just with extremely powerful buttons in neutral. As we get ready to start going into our next match, as both players probably going to do a button test. I think, honestly, Guilty Gear, just the state of Guilty Gear right now, is honestly a very fun game. Just there's so many options to pick characters. Just everyone feels like they're playable, I feel like.
Testament.
And it's just a good time. And it seems like it will be a Bridget Testament matchup. I am not too sure how this looks. I'm guessing Testament is just going to try their hardest to keep the stain on Bridget and to stop that mobility with that powerful 6P.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1.
And hopefully convert if they have stain on them. Looks like they're going right into it. As Bridget's just scooters in, completely missing the projectile. Now Bridget is in, and this is where she's got to scare you. Frame trap punish forces first, but now it's Stain immediately pops it to the combo. Tries to call out like a yo-yo flip, air dash, or something like that with that upwards pro, but just gets hit for it. And 6P does find its mark, but now Bridget again finding their way in, but can't really converge. But now they find themselves in the corner. That does hit though. Now baits the reverse and unfortunately cannot get punish that kills there. Just gets a 5-8 and actually loses the round. This should kill. Yes, it does. That's just unfortunate. That's just being a zoner. Unable to convert properly to get a good combo. 2S round start from Bridget punishes whatever option Tyler's trying there. As Gavin keeping the pressure up. As just jump P's just come out from Tyler. They're trying to fight their way out the corner, but these 6Ps and these VPs trying to keep them there. But now finally out, and now finally Testament gets to run their game. Finally has Stain on them, and Bridget's just flipping all over the screen. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, and it finally gets punished with the Testament super wall break into Stain, into hard knockdown, which is not the place you want to be. VP on wake up because they have RC. I would have rather Tyler stayed out because they had that option, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't see that Gavin had bar either. So, I was going to teleports and completely beating that yo-yo option as the overhead finally catches Gavin for the round one for Tyler. Both players backdash twice at round start as Tyler finally gets a Stain on him. As Gavin fakes going all the way in and is really mixing up their approaches, making Testament second guess themselves with these projectiles and 6 feet callouts, which is what I'm guessing what you're supposed to do in this matchup. Hits him with the reverse double overhead. Tries to get over the projectile with Roger, but unfortunately can't. Gets over it with Scooter, but still gets punished for it. Gets Stained. And now this is kind of dangerous territory. Now in the corner with Testament threatening, but just Scooter's out of there, honestly. This looks to be a good option, but hit one too many buttons, did one too many Scooters in, and Tyler's going to take the first game with that super. Now, I think both players played that very well that game. I just think Gavin just needs to find more hits, honestly. They've been getting in pretty effectively, but Tyler with his defense kind of shutting them down, not letting them out. And double burst comes out as Gavin trying to keep Testament in the corner, while Tyler themselves want Bridget off of it, period. At that stage with the flip. RC combo here with no burst on the table. This might be a wall break depending if they take it. Looks like they dropped the combo unfortunately, but that's still a good position for Bridget because they're in the corner as Tyler air dashes out. And just hits them with, what is that, jump S? Tries to hit him with a double low and tries to call out the push option by Bridget with that 6P, but finding nothing. And the 2H catching that dash block, unfortunately. And that'll be the kill. Try to 5 Bridget out the air. I think he wants 60 there. There you go. Kind of hit Stain. Really strong position for Stain again. So Gavin finally finds the hit, and now finally his time to go in. Has needed to. And is just kind of controlling the corner, not going all the way in, so they know Tyler kind of been air dashing out. And gets rewarded for it as a positive hard knockdown need a bonus. And this round should be in Gavin's favor. Yep, just runs up 2S. Just catches whatever option Tyler was doing there, whether it was backdash, smash, or a jump. Air dash round start jump P. Does find his mark, but doesn't really get a conversion off of it. As Gavin air dashes, throw yo-yo out to try and claim space, but Tyler is just keeping them out with all this zoning. Just Stain plus Skull is just so controlling, it seems like. And now Gavin, who seemed like they had a much easier time early, is having a trouble going in, but now, as soon as I say that, Gavin finds their way in and just takes half health. Just blew RCs into grab. Gavin probably trying to wait out the reversal super option or anything like that and just gets hit for it.
Leo Whiteback.
As Gavin starts switching up to the big guns and just picks up Leo.
Testament.
And I think Leo is, if he can get in as well as he was on Leo as he was on Bridget, he will definitely find success here just because of Leo's high damage output and very hard to block mix-ups, which are less safe. And both characters still have good buttons too. So not really much of a trade-off other than just a little bit of less mobility. As Tyler's just content with kind of fuzzy jumping out the pressure a lot. But this time, instead of opting for the air dash, it jump slashes and teleports straight into Leo's face as he gets swept by Gavin, and that forces out the burst. Berserker slash doesn't find his mark, but now you're in the blender. Low. As Gavin kind of drops the combo there, but the parry does not work through that. I think the parry came out a little bit too early. And also that might be considered projectile as the burst comes out the heel burst to try and win the game. Unfortunately, it was hard baited. And he just loses burst. As Gavin on his last life now. But finally getting the game plan started with the Leo mix. Air dashes forward for projectile. Tried to punish it with sweep, but unfortunately did not work out. Just missed by a hair, and Leo's big hitbox actually gets catched by that diagonal bird. As Tyler just started smelling blood in the water and just fully on aggressed after noticing that burst was used last round. That'll be Testament's win.
Testament wins.
But yeah, I think Gavin had an easier time getting in as Bridget, even though he got the more damage when he got the opportunity. He didn't get as much opportunities as he did with Bridget. And just Tyler with the steadfast defense, it didn't really matter what he did. He just barely got hit. And whenever he got Gavin got frustrated, it seemed like Tyler sensed that and it just put the pressure on even more. And did a very good job keeping him out just that entire game. As next up, I believe we do have a Eno versus Soul, if I'm not mistaken. As both characters kind of BS in their own way, with Eno just being unblockable, mix-up machine the game. And Soul with these half-like combo punishes, it should be interesting to watch. Also, is it just me, or is Eno just annoying? Like, I ran into an Eno earlier today, and like I haven't seen him in like years, it feels like. And that character is just sheesh, man. It seems like not as many people will play her as they used to. But she still seems just a very strong character, because she's basically unblockable. Once you get knocked down, it's just guess city. And if you guess right, you gotta guess again on the second layer of the mix-up. So I was wrong about the Soul. It's actually an Axel. And I'm not sure how well Axel does into Eno. It is an Eno, though. But Axel is always one of those characters where it's like, it doesn't matter who you play. Like, even if it's a good matchup, it just feels like you can lose to this character a lot of the time, and you kind of have no idea why. As just some immediate chemical romance at the start of the game. And knockdown chain commences as that bait burst and wasn't able to get the punish, but the backdash was able to be punished. Doesn't opt to break wall, and finally breaks wall this time, not opting to use stupid. Just chokes under with RC, because why not, because it's safe. And just beats that 5P and getting a perfect Nyxia. Starting out strong. Now immediately just on them round start again. And it just seems like Chummy's just guessing wrong on round start and is just losing the game off of it. One error, but Chummy finally finding their offense. Finally, Eno's full screen where Axel wants her to be. Pulls her in, which allows Nyxia the burst to keep him in the corner and takes it to the mix instead of the combo. That's actually very smart. I've never seen someone do that before. Unfortunately, the dust doesn't come out in time. Tries the command grab, but Nyxia holding up. As Chummy now in his peak spot in this matchup, and now it just seems, yeah. That's where Axel likes to operate, especially in this match, because Eno doesn't really have a quick way to deal with Axel Renson or anything like that, because Note has a bit of startup. But as I say that, as I was talking, just immediately in the corner again, Nyxia just finding, takes a slump this time. Mixes counter hit. Unfortunately, messes up the wall slump. Thought they didn't have any more hits left on it. And Chummy just taking advantage of it. Nice RC cancel to make it safe of the drop combo. Burst to keep pressure. And as Nyxia just trying to fight her way out of the corner and finally gets out of it. And just chooses grab and it wins. First time they showed the option. So not shots. And Axel doesn't have a reversal without bar. 2K2D though is a really good option though, as in a bar, but in terms of true invincible reversals, Axel doesn't have any without bar. As it looks to be a song switch to Amelia, I like this. And it might be a hot take, but out of the original characters that originally came out with Strive, Milia is by far the best. I don't think anyone comes close to Milia. I think it's Milia, Mei, Zato, I want to say. Probably my top three. Chummy looking like the music switch actually gave him some luck. Maybe be his theme song, as Nyxia is just having a hard time approaching. And just gets hard baited with Rainwater, but unfortunately unable to convert off the counter hit. But doesn't really find anything. But Nyxia just gets the pressure. RC to Antho, yes, but unfortunately throws him out of the corner as that true reversal I was talking about shows up finally. As Chummy takes the first round. Maybe it was just the music. Stroke round start as backdash beats it out. There's that 2K2D. He kind of pulled him up close while Eno was blocking. That's not smart, as he does get punished for it eventually. As they get positive bonus now off of their offense. Stroke into RC, yes. Nyxia has done that each time they broken the wall so far. I think Chummy needs to start realizing that, and then as I say that, Chemical Romance comes out. But with no bar, cannot make that stroke safe. Tries the Chemical Romance on round start as gets the Axel combo. That's so cool, like how like it hits tipper of the command grab. I always like that combo. Gold Burst comes out and it finds its mark actually, as just run up. RC overhead. Finally first in the burst out of Nyxia, as Nyxia kind of on their last legs here. As Chummy, I would have gotten hit with that too. I would have guessed command grab. And just flies into the rinse and extend the vacuum effect. Giving me flashbacks to Toy Story, I want to say. Was it Toy Story when they almost got trapped and shredded in the fan? I think it was. So Chummy showing that music does matter. Remember that. Always pick your theme song. Never let them play on their grounds. As we get back into it, it does seem like a music change. Immediate burst by Nyxia, but unfortunately just finds nothing. But doesn't get punished too heavily for that. Go burst again comes out, which I personally would save it against Ino, honestly. Just in case I ever have to start blocking, like say now. Because now, actual no bar, no burst, but finally gets the 2K, 2D to work. As Nyxia going for the low option, just gets flat out beaten by Chummy just matching. The note does not hit. Mistimed the note, unfortunately, as Chummy just jumps up. Heavy slashes. 5P combo. SD to try and not take that chip damage, but gets hit by full screen note, which allows Nyxia to get in. But that jump slash finally working out for Chummy. And Nyxia again struggling to find the way in. It seems Nyxia does have a good way of getting in, but they do take a bit of damage trying to get in, and that's just kind of killing them. As that was a very quick game from Chummy. Now looking comfortable. Download finally completed. Another gold burst comes out. And again, does not get blocked. And now as both players are trying to find the ground in neutral, Nyxia strikes first. And baits hard the reversal super. With bar to cancel it out, it doesn't matter. So. But now with no bar and no burst, this is Ino's playground. Probably going for wall slump here, yep. And they go for no ulti, but it does seem like they're mistiming it a bit, but it doesn't matter as the super cleans up that round. As Stroke round start again finds its mark. And just that FD pushing Ino enough so you didn't have to block her little Psycho Crushes. I have no clue what it's called. As Stroke counter hit, baits burst and sees it and should get a wall break off this. Oh, no. Never mind. I was capping. And just gets mixed to death, honestly. Just overhead low into another low, and that is just death. And Nyxia, as quick as Chummy took that last one, immediately with the changes to the game to win that round. And it just seems to be the battle of the music as both players just keep on changing it. So if this trend keeps continuing, I mean, I think Chummy's got this in the bag. Just cause. And it all kind of stems, it seems like, from the first hit. Just gets into their group first in a round. And it seems like it is Chummy that strikes first in this last round. As Chummy just controlling space, just not allowing Nyxia to travel on the ground, forcing them to air dash, and calls that option out finally when the air dash comes out. Hits them for it, but unfortunately the super just whiffs. Just out of range, honestly. And now out of bar, out of burst. Something that is very common during this set, but it doesn't matter. Finally gets Nyxia off of them, and now it's match point Chummy. Chemical Romance round start. As Nyxia starts applying pressure, but Chummy fights their way out of the corner, and that's what I like about Chummy, they seem to be ready to scrap. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm in this position in the corner with you. Unfortunately, that's not a wall slump. They were in the air and then able to just tech right out. Yellow RC comes out, giving Axel the time he needs to backdash and press the button. But Nyxia looking very strong right now as both players just whip their buttons. But now you're blocking Eno, but not for long as Chummy just finds a counter hit. As Renson and Command Grab comes out. Unfortunately, the 5P did not catch, but Gold Burst allows to keep him safe. And it's interesting how we haven't seen RC yet. And there's finally the RC where Nyxia just panic bursts. I mean, what else can you do in that situation? But because of Axel's just range, he doesn't have to be close to you to get hit by that burst. And so Chummy taking it, and I think that set just taught us only one thing. That music just matters. There is such thing as a music diff. When anime characters get powered up, that works for you too. So make sure you're always playing on your theme. It's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. But yeah, Nyxia started off very strong also in most of the rounds, but Chummy able to just fight back, honestly. And Nyxia, just by nature of Eno, with kind of her slow air dash startup, just kind of getting caught out there trying to approach. And Axel, being the more reactive character, can just see what they're trying to do, how they're trying to get in.
To the mayhem. Goldlewis.
As our next matchup is about to start up, Deeli versus Psyche. I'm not sure if this Goldlewis is real. I'm not familiar with these players, but man, I don't know about them, but Goldlewis, man, like, just once he gets on you, and I think the problem is I just don't know how to fight him. Like, I'm trash. But Goldlewis pressure is real, and he can steal some games. Though I think this is our first match with just 2 DLC characters. No, there was a Bridget Testament before. But Goldlewis and Sin, not exactly popular tournament characters. And Lewis, just not a popular character, honestly, in general. And it seems like we're just avoiding the button check altogether as both players are just waiting to get into it. As Goldlewis tries to get out of the corner, but is unfortunately unable to find it. Psyche burst to keep him in the corner, but now Goldlewis kind of has their pressure and just gets hit overhead. Doesn't get a combo. Where Goldlewis, it's smarter to block low and react to the overhead, because Lewis only gets a combo without meter if he hits you low with a low Bohemian Typhoon. Now I only know this because this Goldlewis player told me about it, and I still got whooped by him. But you know, that's not a hero no more. As Psyche finding the pressure with the stamina bar, just able to keep extending it, and unfortunately that move whiffs and just allows Deeli to start their pressure. And there's that low. See, like, you do not want to be eating that damage. Just block low. It's a safe bet. Let them kill you on overhead. But honestly, there is no shame in losing in the Goldlewis. As an immediate switch comes out as a Goldlewis mirror. I don't think I've ever even, like, imagined a matchup like this, much less seen it. Like, what does that even look like? Like, what does Goldlewis have to deal with Goldlewis? Well, we're gonna find out. Or not, as one player maybe steamrolls the other. As Psyche finding first blood on Goldlewis. But, so both players are just trading Behemoth Typhoons, because I guess they can. The 6P misses because of the pitiful range, honestly. As Deeli gets the combo. And extension with RC. Immediate burst by Psyche trying to win this round. As Machine Gun just wins because Air Dash Goldlewis is so pitiful. Both do the same exact Behemoth Typhoon. But Psyche winning out by doing it earlier. As Drone is now on the screen for Deeli. Getting pressure, but it's not for long as Psyche just BTs into meteor burn. And not an air throw, but a counter hit will seal this round for Deeli. His favorite. As Pope, I don't know what that button was. I think that's slash? I don't know. But Pope played for the same option. As Goldlewis just does a crap ton of damage, even to himself, honestly. Just do not want to get hit by him. But Psyche now having 2 bars, RC's in place to keep them safe. Behemoth Typhoon combo as they're pushing them slowly to the corner, but can't cover the distance well enough. As that dash cancel Behemoth Typhoon threatens enough where that grab right afterwards works as Deeli takes it pretty convincingly over Psyche. As it seemed like the Goldlewis who blocked like first did better than the Goldlewis who got first blood those rounds. As we see another switch come out from Psyche at going to Potemkin. Now, I'm not sure if y'all have watched Guilty Gear recently, but there's a little event, you know, in Texas called Texas Showdown, where this character kind of put on a clinic, so not bad by any means, but I also have no clue what Potemkin has to deal with Goldlewis. As Drone comes out and covering the air dash fuzzy jump out as the drone covers low, as the air dash should give him the air throw, but no, Psyche gets it instead and goes for immediate pop buster. But Deeli, not exactly threatened by the counter hit yet, just mashes there. Finally gets counter hit, and now we'll see why they should take that pop buster. You shouldn't, but you know, grappler mentality. As Deeli just does not want to get grabbed. As they are fuzzy jumping over everything, it seems like. As the double overhead comes out and it kills the combo right after. As Deeli is on match points. Psyche not really finding success with any of the characters they picked so far. But it also just seems to stem from just losing neutral, just seems to lose in the game. Because that Goldlewis pressure, because no one knows how to block this character. Not even the Goldlewis player, I bet. As Heat Knuckle comes out, but gets nothing as it gets punished for it, but does not get the RC combo right after. As this is not a wall break, as Deeli drops the combo, or maybe that was a meaty setup into immediate counter hit into super, and that shall seal the set. And that is just like an inkling of what Goldlewis can do, just a tiny bit. As Deeli just kind of just putting on a show, showing why more people should play Goldlewis. But let's be honest here, like, not trying to like fat shame or anything, but you know, he's kind of too slow for my type. And even then, even if he wasn't, I would rather play Potemkin just because I like command grabs on my characters. Coming from a Amelia player, by the way. Do not have command grabs, but that might as well be a command grab with the tandem top. I don't think anyone in the history of ever has actually teched a melee grab. Let me know if you have, actually, though. As now it seems like our next matchup is going to be a Soul, and I'm not familiar with the other player. Yep, Nightshade going to this Soul. And we talked about him a little bit earlier, but Soul is a very good character at making you wish you didn't do what you just did. Like, just don't get counter hit, stupid. As they go, as Block going into Chipp, which is just a fly, just very annoying to deal with. Even for Soul, though Soul does have a pretty good option in that 3-frame 5K. That'll probably be represented in that 2S, like kind of underrated, but that 2S does so much work. As no button check, we just get in as both players back. Dash round start as counter hit 5 / comes, and there's the half combo. That more like 67 as Chipp is just dead. Wow, never mind. But that is what happened when you'll play Chipp, folks. Do not get counter hit, especially in this matchup. That's how quick it can go. In our fastest match of the night, honestly, and now we're in the mix again. As backdashing because there's way to go before the corner, and hard baiting BP there. Gets the counter hit, but unfortunately doesn't get the conversion. As 3K comes out, or 5K comes out, but risks as Nightshade's forced to burst a little bit after. Nightshade's this heavy slash again finding its mark. Fortunately, not a counter hit this time, but burst was coming out anyway. As command grab gets seen from Chipp, as they do just a regular jump, heavy slash to try and hit them. As this RC should kill, no, but the mix does. With just doing the low. And Block just showing reasons why Chipp is good. Backdashes in the corner, that invincibility, and cross up alpha slash puts Nightshade in the corner. Looking bad for Soul. Now has their own. Wow, I've actually never seen a Chipp do a TKI alpha blade before. That was kind of cool. As Nightshade gets the combo and realizes the and pushes full corner carry and gets wall break too. Very good on their part. Now we'll probably see like a ground viper or something. No, just a 2S. Calling out Block, just pressing a button right after wall break. And it counter hits whatever they were trying to do, probably far slash. As the 6S comes out for Soul, but not finding his mark. As Block getting the pressure and pushing Nightshade to the corner. Counter hit 5P there, but that 3-frame 5K just doing so much work right now. And again, just it being double hitting, being so active, it's so good, man. As Wild Throw finally comes out, and this should be death. I wouldn't expect a burst here. Yep. As we get into the next round, again pressing buttons with Chipp round start, but doesn't find success. And again, 2S counter hit. And it seems like Block is just blocking, like just forced to block. As that dash forward slash with Soul finds the smart, as clean hit DP is not going to do that much based on the starter, but still gotta hurt. As command grab with such low health finds its mark, I thought that was another one. And I think Nightshade did too. I think try to press the button and just get hit by an alpha plate. As the overhead finds its mark, and because they have RC, this may or may not kill. I don't think it kills. Yep. Stays alive, but has DP, has bar and burst. I'm shocked they did not just DP on wake up there. But tries that alpha blade cross up, but unfortunately does not find the mark as Nightshade was blocking cross up. Now Block on their last life. Overhead finds this mark into the cross up, alpha blade. Run up, though does not work, forces burst out of Nightshade and just doesn't find the mark, and now Nightshade is just not in a very good position. Now Chipp got positive bonus too. This round kind of wraps. 2S. After post wall break, tries to counter hit again, and he's trying to find this Chipp with that 5K. But Block doing a very good job of staying out of that range. And Alpha Blade finally finds his spike. And that's a perfect actually coming from Chipp. I didn't even notice that. It does seem like how fast Chipp dies, he is like the most volatile in terms of if you get a perfect, it's probably as Burst comes out and gets punished fully with the DP combo, and now in corner. That is not good. I would just try to survive as long as I can, try to build up burst. Of course, try to win the round, but try to delay the round as much as possible because you really want this burst going into the next round. Unfortunately, that's as long as they can survive. And now, going into this round without burst, one counter hit can basically just... Oh man, that was so risky. And another counter hit just immediately after since they don't have burst, but Nightshade dropping the counter hit combo. Fortunate for Block, as that could have just been death as the cross-up same side mix finally finds a smite as positive bonus gets awarded. I'm excited to see a 2S here from Nightshade. Nope, just jump back. I think Block was expecting that too. So Nightshade smartly switching it up as that conversion is very good. And that 5K, just catching them out of everything in that forward slash, and that should just be death. Yeah, Chips with no guts doesn't even need Bar to finish that, though they did have to. And it wasn't as if blocking Disabled was playing bad. It's just that he's Chipp against the Soul, and if the Soul finds any momentum, like that's basically just GG's. That's basically death there. But Nightshade can't knock him too bad because Chips has no guts, because Nightshade was just constantly just getting him out of the air with those 5Ks, calling him out with the 4 slashes and the 2Ss, and just did a very good job, honestly, keeping them out and not letting Chipp do Chipp things. And as we get ready for our next set, this matchup just seems like a nightmare, honestly. It'll be Deeli and their Goldlewis versus Tyler and Testament. Not gonna lie, Goldlewis with that freaking big hitbox, it just, I don't see how he has a fun time. If Testament is allowed to play the game, Goldlewis is not. It's as simple as that. If Goldlewis plays the game, Testament is not. As the ever so important music choice finally crops up again. As Lily of Steel. Honestly, I want to hear some Midnight Carnival. I think that is the best Guilty Gear song just ever, sue me. I don't care if it's basic. I love that song. And if y'all don't, you're haters. Midnight Carnival is such a good song. I heard the song before I even knew what Guilty Gear was. I mean, obviously Guilty Gear existed, right? But like before I was made aware of it. It's just such a good song. It's like uni songs. I feel like uni songs are just straight bangers. Like you can almost take like everybody from that list. Except the freaking whack Gordo Chaos song, bro. I hate that song. Like, what the heck is that, bro? The intro is fire, and then it's just like a different direction. Like, I appreciate it, but I wish the intro fit the song more. But I wish the song fit the intro more, honestly. But back to Guilty Gear Strive, as Laser comes out, but doesn't immediately start up, as it comes out even if Goldlewis is hit. Goldlewis seemed to have the problems that I was afraid of. Just how the heck is Goldlewis getting in? Well, like that, just air dash dummy. Why not think of that? As Goldberg comes out for Tyler. And again, the heavy slashes and the upward anti-airfoot skulls just commanding so much space. Goldlewis not really having good options without needing to deal with this. Seems like, as this just should be death. Round start, Deeli trying to find some hit, trying to get them blocking, but Tyler just backs off. It seems like a safe option. And doesn't seem like Goldlewis has anything to catch backdash round start. And he's just getting overhead low. But finally finds their way out of it. And now I think this is dangerous territory, but the cross up does not work. Double overhead does not work. And now we're back to where we started. That was such a smart purple RC by Tyler to backdash with the purple RC. Even smarter by Deeli to take advantage of it. But unfortunately, that's the only thing they really could do at the end as Testament finds the game-deciding grab.
Duel 1.
Immediately back into it as Behemoth Typhoon round start shows up. Okay, so that's how you're feeling right now. As that close, like Lewis wasn't even in the air, just got hit by Stain still. Seems so hard as the drone combos. We got those. And that's the second time I think I've seen Goldlewis with that 2 down heavy slash, I think that is. It seems to be a meaty setup. As Deeli finally taking it round. As backdash shows his option again, but this time delayed so the BT doesn't catch. As Stain does not find his mic. That's okay as getting machine gun to death. So it doesn't do a lot of damage. That's double overhead, finally finds his mic. And now this is where Goldlewis kind of wins the game. Testament no bar, but the 2K just a bar gotten out. And for those of you who don't know, a bari is just a button you press when you're negative. Like when you're not supposed to press. That's the button you mash on defense essentially. So when people say that, now you know what it is. For most people, it can be like a 2K, like for Axel or something like that. Sometimes it's 5K. You know, it honestly just depends on the character. Just think, if you mash this button and it wins, more times than not, you probably think, huh, this button's pretty good. And that's kind of how you decide. As that anti-air skull is catching them out of the air. As now back at full screen. Oh, like, it's so sad. I feel so bad for the heavies. Because all that work going in just loses itself when they get bursted or comboed out. Just push back all the way full screen. And just have to make their way through it. As Tyler keeping a safe distance, closed out in the corner a little bit, but kept the distance where if they tried to air dash, the 6P would find its mic.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
As Deeli whiffs the 2K into BT, forcing out burst earlier, but finds another hit immediately, and this is exactly where Goldlewis wants to be. Fortunately drops the combo, but it shouldn't matter that much. As RC allows them to continue their block string, continually trying to find the low as it goes low overhead, low overhead, low overhead, and finally that overhead finds its mic. As a perfect by a Goldlewis happens on a zoner. Like, didn't get chipped, didn't get nothing. As Tyler backing up and is just holding ground. And I think Tyler is doing a very good job of backing up originally just to create that space and then expecting Deeli to close the distance. Not dashing up, but pressing a forward advancing button. But it doesn't seem to be helping them that much this round as Deeli is kind of controlling it, and there's so much lag on that super. You just cannot do that. As Deeli safely punishes the super, waits it out, and finally gets their first game.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
And just gets counter hit, and this is just half health here. Like, say goodbye to your health bar. As that blue RC cancel just sends Goldlewis flying. Like, what was that, bro? It was a blimp. Alright, I calmed myself down. I'm sorry. But as a machine gun finally shows its face as we start the next round, or been in it for quite a bit. As the burst comes out on the BT, but Goldlewis just spaced far enough and gets the good combo. I mean, I don't know how much better you can get than that. Positive bonus with Goldlewis. BT catches out whatever Testament was doing, forcing them to block, but Testament finding and chaining into plus lanes right after. As the laser finally comes out again, forcing them to block. And this Chipp damage is insane. No meter by Tyler is forced to go in because they have no meter in faultless defense. It works out in their favor because Deeli, not watching the bar, tries to pull out machine gun, and Tyler just air dashes over it, and by that chain of events just wins the round, just stealing it from Deeli. Heavy slash into the low. Stain, and now this is not good for Goldlewis. This is an unwinnable situation. They have burst, but like, what are you gonna burst? Testament is at the perfect range. Finally finds their way out with that air dash, and this should not hit. Yep. As Deeli find their way back into the game, also with bar, and Tyler with none, and not gonna get burst in time, and this should just kill. As Deeli finds the second game, I'm honestly shocked because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think Deeli would win any games because this just seems like a horrible matchup. As we go back to character select, actually. Just taking a breather, that's all. Nice, taking their time, thinking things through. Make them watch the loading screen also, cools down your opponent. I just noticed, is that a lipstick, the kiss thing on Goldlewis's glasses? What is the lore behind that?
Duel 1.
If any of y'all know.
Let's rock.
That's actually kind of interesting. I never noticed that. As we start this round, Tyler immediately in the corner, which forces out burst early, but thankfully it's the gold burst for Tyler's sake. And now 2 meter to none. Very powerful, but one has burst and one does not. But full screen into Testament at this mid-range type of playstyle. From Testament here, just finding a lot of success because Goldlewis doesn't really have that many fast buttons to really challenge Testament. And now the Stain hard knockdown tries to hard knockdown, run up Dust, but it doesn't end up working out as they were holding jump. But it doesn't matter as they clean up the round a little bit later. As Tyler on match point, seeming the going back to character select worked. As they are continuing pressuring on this mid-range game. And it's working out pretty successfully. As Goldlewis just can't move, he's too big! Bro, lose some weight! As he just gets hit like the entire round. I respect not giving up burst there though. Like, you may have lost the game, but you kept your dignity by keeping your burst there. But Goldlewis just getting bullied for his side, just straight up like that's gotta be messed up, man. Why would you do that? You're just bullying a fat old guy. But yeah, Testament finally taking it out. Tyler beating Deeli, putting Deeli into losers. And yeah, that was just an interesting matchup because it seemed like whenever Tyler got too comfy, Deeli found a way to get around it and able to force Goldlewis alien case. Whatever the heck that thing is called. Is there like an actual lore name for the Goldlewis like case? Like, I know the move is Behemoth Typhoon, but like, is the case called like Behemoth and it's called Typhoon because he spins it? Or is it like the alien's name's Behemoth and it's just a case, so you call it Behemoth Typhoon because of the alien inside of it? Or is it just Behemoth Typhoon because Goldlewis is big and he spins in a circle? Or is it Behemoth Typhoon? Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm sorry. That I'm ashamed of that bit. I'm sorry. I gotta apologize. But you gotta think about these things though. See, now I'm curious. That's the worst part. I got my own self curious. About to look that up. And now up next, it seems we should have Nightshade, the soul against Force to eat, who is a May player. Is very strong. Been terrorizing these Xanadus for like 8 weeks now. I've been meaning to play casuals with them. But as we get ready for this next matchup, let's talk about May real quick. Like, what sort of like, what were they on when they were making that character? Like, I know it's haha hee hee funny XD girl, but I just no. Like, we already have Leo, you know what I mean? Why did we have May in the same game? Because right now May just seems like better. Well, this may be controversial, but a better soul. Just because May has the same, if not more damage than Soul in majority of cases. Where Soul, it's more of those counter hit starters and those close slashes into DP that does all the damage. May is whatever you get hit with does half your health. So, be interesting to see how Nightshade ends up dealing with that. Alright, so I'm on the fandom page for Guilty Gear. And all it has is the overview, which just explains the special move. The details, it says to be added. And the trivia is he swings the coffin. That was so not helpful. Who wrote that page? Like, what? I'm kind of mad now because I was expecting like some sort of reasoning behind that name, but nah. He swings the coffin. He do be swinging it though. You can't lie. He be working it out. He be pumping iron, even though he's big. Gotta be. That's a heavy case. Probably fit Millie on the box and Jacko. Honestly. As we get another music change, please wait. I don't even think I saw Midnight Carnival on the list. What the heck? I feel robbed. But it does seem like we will be seeing the main Soul matchup. As I'm not sure if these players play any other characters, but that's how it's gonna be. As the Zato music comes out, part of my top 3. As we start this match off. Oh, what map is it, actually? Oh, it's Soul's map. Home court advantage, Soul. because we all know dolphins need water, but apparently not as just dolphins like 5 times in a row. Like, the varying success levels. S-Force is just like, just killing his dolphin. Like, there's no water around. Like, it's dry. And Force just perfecting with basically just Totsugeki. And finally 6P comes out, just putting a stop to it. As the strike throw mix finally, as the double overhead comes out. I've actually don't see a lot of people do that. That was actually really good by Bridget. As Force just throwing out buttons and just wanting Nightshade to run into it. As Force gets this half health combo, and it's just, man, that is not half health, by the way. That is more than half health. And the positive meter bonus, and just backing up and just throwing anchors. As the Crown Viper just wins there. As the overhead does not connect, but switches sides out of the corner. As both characters are trying to find their mark, as the charged dolphin finds its mark, but isn't able to take advantage of it, but it doesn't matter as the block stun puts them into a precarious situation. And Force taking that first one. Rather convincingly, at least the first round, as we're seeing the barrage of dolphins once again coming out. And like, why can they combo like off that like that? Off the dolphin like that. I know I said like that like 4 times in a row, so that was kind of confusing, so I had to clarify. Both trading counter hits, and again, but Nightshade expecting burst, and Blue RC both backdash, but no one finding their mic just yet, as Force able to find it with the RC cancel, and Nightshade with the discipline just holding it for next round. As Force knows the exact combo to get them to the wall and wall break. So good on both players for their knowledge of the game. One with a combo and one holding burst. Command grab with Mage just means positive bonus, which means the burst will come out right then and there. As now we're getting into those Totsugeki loops, but the JS kind of put a stop to that. Or the... Is it JS? Yeah, it is. No, it's heavy slash. But as I'm confusing my button, Nightshade putting in work there, breaking the wall. As Mage just gets out of the corner for free kind of with the Totsugeki plus bar, the 2S sniping Dolphin out. Unfortunately, unable to convert into the round-killing combo, Seal Oki. And that vertical Dolphin is just catching these kind of defensive options, movement options by Nightshade. And just hard baits DP there and just had the right read, honestly. Because I think Nightshade also had bar too, so like that was a pretty safe DP. Only if Force blocked it though. And that's the trick. You can't whiff. Force knowing that fully basic burst. And now it's just cooking the Dolphin with Gun Blast though. Nightshade not happy with how that last round took out. As Grab gets teched. Interestingly enough, instant overhead by May forces Nightshade to burst. Counter hit close slash by May. This is gonna hurt. Unfortunately, not able to pick it up correctly, but that's just round anyway. As Force is on match point, and it just seems like this pace of this kind of like faster paced rounds just seem to be favoring Force, which usually favors Nightshade. That's just kind of how they like to play. But when both players have similar damage outputs like this, it makes these interactions hurt more, unlike them with, say, Chipp. As Force Slash finds his mic, and Force again getting the combo and the Oki. Fuzzy jump out, allows them to get out, but Vertical Dolphin forcing them to stay there. Now this is a very bad position. Just burst comes out, RC Ground Viper. And just wants to push him to the corner here. Taking the damage, but also pushing him to the corner. It just gets hit by Fafnir, and that should be dead. No, with Sliver of Health lives. I don't know what you do here. 2S is a great option, but only if that's an immediate dolphin, and it was not. That delayed dolphin was even smarter, baiting that 2S after wall break. And now that I think about it, Nightshade has been doing that 2S after wall break pretty consistently. It didn't really matter who they were playing, just that 2S, such a good round start button to press at that distance, and it basically catches any forward momentum moving move. As Force is just showing dominantly just how strong May is. And that game just seemed just to favor May the whole entire set, where Nightshade was able to find their moments and stuff, but in those scrambles, Soul doesn't have the best of pickups that much, though Nightshade do be knowing their routes. But May just able to just guarantee corner off of any straight hit is just kind of crushing. And kind of hurts what Soul was trying to do. And next, who do we have? It seems like we have Chummy versus Chummy versus Gavin up next, it looks like. Nope. I was right on one. It is Chummy versus Deeli. My bad. As Leo Whitefang actually comes out, I wonder if this is just a button check, as Deeli was pretty consistently playing Goldlewis, but now is one with the gorilla. Well, it's more of like, it's like a Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong situation, I think. Whereas this is Diddy Kong, though a very beefy Diddy Kong, but Goldlewis is the Donkey Kong. Now with that very, very weird transition, we're going to get into the game, no button check, with Chummy and Deeli playing. As Chummy is just finding everything they want until that heavy flash kick comes out with the projectile meaty and just gets hit. Positive meter bonus to Leo. And this is anybody's game at this point because one has positive, but one has 2 bars. As that just forward, is that 6K just finding its mark, just going over the move, and Deeli finding success. It's quite interesting since Deeli, if Deeli had this option before, I'm curious as to why they didn't try it against Testament. But the Goldlewis was finding some success as the counter hit Rainwater comes out, and wow, I don't think I've seen that route before. That was very cool. Corner swap into Axle Bombers. And just sweet counter hit, sees the burst, but doesn't punish it. That is just unfortunate. But he gets his karma, finds Chummy in the corner, but Chummy just chilling in the corner right now. Until that last flash kick, and now about to eat Leo mix, but is what I would say. But that yellow RC makes sure that doesn't happen. And Chummy able to air dash heavy slap out. As that 2K and then the 2D counter hits right afterwards. So as Chummy's 5Ps is consistently getting those 5P anti-airs and a lot of mileage out of them. And it just seems Chummy knows when their opponent just wants to jump. Hits him with the overhead, but since no bar, doesn't get anything off of it with Askel. Trying to make them block with the Renson because that chip would have killed. And they do block the first one, but not the second one, as they unsuccessfully attempt the dash block. As immediate character switch comes out, and honestly, like, you guys wanted this. I wanted it. Goldlewis is just such a different character, and you don't see him a lot. And I, just off the top of my head, I feel like Goldlewis would do better against Axel than Testament, just because of how devastating Stain is to Goldlewis. And Axel having none of that. Gold Burst comes out, but gets dodged by Deeli, just doing the regular Behemoth type thing. Supers and gets the full one with those drones in the air. I love this one. That killed, by the way. Like, it killed almost pre-wall break. That was actually kind of insane. I didn't know it did that much damage. As Deeli, it just seems like successfully backing Chummy out and up in the corner. But Chummy, usually very comfortable playing in this position, just not so much comfort when there's just a big hulking dude just standing in your face. Because that's actually what Goldlewis also wants to be at. As laser comes out, force Chummy to block. As 5P connects, but no bar. Nothing happens, but Rainwater actually connects there. Unable to get a killing combo there. As Machine Gun comes out. Runs up, full screen grab. Okay, I think we're watching a Kai now. As that Goldlewis switch just immediately found value. As just old reliable in these types of games. Fighting games. As Chummy seems to be playing even more patient than they were before. Like, whiffing less buttons to try and make Chummy do something. Just solely reacting or knowing that they have to block it. But the drone of death just pushing them out. But Axel gets the grab. Burst comes out, and this is not death. But does that hit it? It does. Oh no, this is not good in the Behemoth Typhoon double overhead. Unfortunate by Chummy. As Goldlewis gets the knockdown, and again Goldlewis is in the combo. And there's that 2K2D I was talking about a little bit earlier. Just such a good button. Kind of single-handed carries Axel players. I say kind of, but we all know the story. It's nice. And that PT just dodges the 5P, it looked like, by Axel. And punishes it too, on top of that. And Deeli just taking a quick 2 wins against Chummy. As Chummy finding first blood on round start. Behemoth type again comes out, and Chummy just not wanting to be put in the loop. Immediate burst, but just not in the right position. And so Goldlewis just gets the combo anyway. As command grab comes out. And Goldlewis, does this kill? Wow. No, they know they're Goldlewis on this. As that machine gun finish. I don't think I've ever seen someone combo into machine gun before. That was kind of cool. As command grab comes out, pushing Goldlewis actually to the corner. Backdash by Goldlewis, just gets caught out by 5P. And now this just seems very bad. Tries to hit the Axel bomber because of Goldlewis hitbox, but just too far away. Just does not work out. As Renson pressure kind of comes out. And I don't really like Chummy running up here, but what do I know, because the grab just worked. Ran up again. Tried to do it twice. And that side switch by Goldlewis laying down his positive bonus. Yeah, I would rather Chummy just stick to the zoning plan. Now I'm really scared of this machine gun. Unfortunate, unable to get the RC there. And 5P just pokes them out, trying to run back in to maintain pressure. Backdash Chummy gets followed by air dash, followed by immediate pull. Into again another air dash finding it with Smite. As Deeli gets a counter hit, not able to convert. In that 2K trading, but because of Axel's 2D and how fast that is, like good, gets a counter hit. As Winston wake up into laser super, and this, I didn't know how much damage that is gonna do. So. And this should be death, right? No. Too many guts. Yeah, he got all the guts. You see how big he is? And almost just straight up kills him. And that's just shifts him out full screen with the machine gun. I'm not sure if Chummy had bar there. But there's only so much bar you can use the faultless defense there. As I think everyone always forgets that Goldlewis just can pull a machine gun and just shoot you out. basically at any time. And Deeli, interestingly enough, starts that set onto Leo instead of their Goldlewis, which I think arguably Leo or Goldlewis does better against Axel. Finds their way back into it and takes it 3-1. And that was losers quarters, so unfortunately we'll not be seeing Chummy back again tonight, but don't worry, they'll be coming back. And next game looks to be Tyler versus Faust. And so that is May Testament matchup. And I think it just comes down to, like most times, how good can Tyler keep Faust out? How much damage can Testament rack up before May gets her half-light combo? And what will make this tricky is how Faust just seems to know, like instinctively, like how to convert to get the best either wake-up situation or damage, and both at the same time most of the cases. So it'll be interesting to watch.
Who dares to enter the mayhem? May.
And as we get back into it, I think it's quite interesting how we don't really see... Well, we saw Leo tonight. But I'm quite surprised that people don't really play Viking that much, it seems like. Or Ram. I wonder kind of what's up with that. I feel like hella heads used to play Ram, but then just everybody got off for no reason. And I also always wondered, like, what is this eagle for? Like, whose eagle is that? Is it a pet? Is it like a random eagle? Like, you think it's a different eagle every time? You know what I mean?
Duel 1.
Like, because how is he so consistently flying over the fight? As it looks like we're just getting right into it. No button check. As immediate stain wall break happens into another stain. As tries to sweep from downtown. Does not reach because Testament has skinny legs. And does that kill? I wonder if this burst hits. Okay. I would have been mad for Faust if that did not work. He's just seal walking. As positive bonus, but backs out instead. Feels like they can get in very comfortably against Testament. As that RC finds its way, forcing out yellow RC. As Skull's just trying to stop May from approaching. Finally, when May does, calls it out, Tyler dashing under and getting coast slaps, which is an anti-air in its own right. I should know. I play Milia too. And that's why I said Milia. I didn't even notice the Milia thing kind of bumping right now. As these 5Ks with May just finding them out. Finally, the 2S does with Tyler, but unable to convert, which lets Faust convert into an RC combo into fully charged 6H. Not the place you want to be in this game. Teleport comes out as Tyler is just aggressively taking space now. Like, screw zoning. I want you in the corner. Find some success, but unfortunately just jumped over the clone or the skull. And that kind of be it for that. Round start 6B. Wow. I feel like that's like quite like, those are like fighting words. You know what I mean? It's like the yo mama of Guilty Gear. Like 6P round start, I'll be like, oh yeah, you feel that way? as May, both bursts comes out actually in a very short amount of time, but May is the one that has the last laugh as the corner is finally taken into the combo conversion into May just straight up killing. Like, again, there goes those combos that Force is just so good at recognizing those situations and converting off of them.
Duel 1.
But Tyler keeping it very competitive and down to the last combo. Tyler once again trying to keep him out. But Testin can have a hard time if she starts becoming predictable. As Skull zoning finally working out, and Force just had an extreme difficult time getting in that round. Tyler kind of taking that convincingly. Like last game didn't matter, it just had ice in their veins. Bates burst too. Okay, Tyler kind of cooking up right now. Kind of snatching souls like they're the actual Grim Reaper. And as I say that, I kind of think 6K twice in a row, no RC cancel. Man, that's kind of messed up. Into throw, this should kill. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to spend the bar to cancel out of it. But Stain, very good situation for Testament still, even though it's blocked. But now, just May able to opt and just spend those bars right now. 5H comes out. Sweet counter hit into fully charged Heavy Skull will find Tyler their first victory. And Tyler just had all the reads that round. Like they were playing well before, but comes from the burst to the ranges, like just kind of had Force number there. As round starts, Sweet comes out again, finally hits Force in the burst out, and then that was such a weird skull hit there. As burst comes out to keep Tyler in the corner, but just hits him out of it with 6B. I think Tyler thought command grab was coming up, and so just gets caught low with the 2K. Now I guess the game make him block because of how the seal is, and that's just an easy punish, easy cleanup. Also, I'm not sure if anyone else has been concerned with this, but like, does May know magic or something? Because like that dolphin just appears and like disappears. But it's not like it just disappears, like it goes through like solid ground, you know? Like, what is that? As I'm contemplating the meaning of life right now, Force gets the wall break. Honestly, Vertical Dolphin just hits and catches out in the block string, and Force taking game 3 very convincingly on his own right. Not trying to play any games. Not trying to let Tyler breathe at all. As Kosageki finds a smart counter hit, forcing out a burst. And another 6P, man. That 6P is so good by Testament. And just goes right under the overhead May does. That is actually quite a cool interaction. I don't think I've seen that. As Orca comes out, hard knockdown. This is not where you want to be with May. She has burst, positive damage, and this should just be death. Immediate, just super. Doesn't want to play with the combo. I respect it. As Force is actually on game point, match point. Very convincingly. As close flash, counter hit, Testament in the air, gives him enough time to RC it. Oh my gosh, that RC skull gave him let them bypass it. I'm getting my words jumbled because that was just such a crazy moment as Force just taking full advantage of their momentum. And just killing, honestly, Testament. Like, what was he gonna do there that last round? Like, last round, nothing worked out. The burst didn't work out. The RC went through their projectile. Like, it was just bad news. But shout out to Tyler, bro. They were kind of nice with it. Now, I do think we are now in winners finals. And then I forget who was in it. That may not be a good thing, or that may not be a bad thing. Well, it's not a good thing, I know that much. Or that was winners. Possibly. As we're going into loser semis, I have no clue at this point. I'm just kind of making up words. You ever wonder, like, how it is people, like, kind of start conversations? Like, don't you think it's kind of weird? Like, we just started, like, a conversation just talking about, like, moves. Like, and he starts around open with Guilty Gear, Behemoth Typhoon. And, like, people know what you're talking about. And, like, don't think you're crazy. I think that's weird. Well, it's not weird. More so on the end, like, you know what I mean? Like, if a person outside the FCC heard you, like, what are you talking about, man? Like, sound like you're summoning something unsavory. But as I am trying to reflect on what I am saying right now, it does seem to be loser semis with Deeli and their other opponent waiting on deck. As I'm not sure if you could tell, but someone just got wild through. Through or thrown? Wild thrown. Might be like it's a drive-through. Yo. Alright, chat. I just had a good idea. What do you think would hit the most right now? Chick-fil-A or McDonald's? Because I'm not going to lie, McDonald's fries sound kind of the move right now. I honestly, and this may be unfavorable to some people, but I am McDonald's supremacy all the way. Chick-fil-A is good, but, like, I don't think it's that much better than McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, if it's better, it's, like, slightly better. But McDonald's, you can have it all the time. It could be, like, 4 in the morning, and you could be like, I want some fries. And that's exactly what you get. They're open. Nice and ready, and it does seem like we finally got our next match, which will be Deeli versus Nightshade. So Soul versus Goldlewis. Not sure how soul damage stacks up to Goldlewis' guts, but I'm still thinking that it hurts.
You dare to enter the mayhem.
As both players. And it also is impressive to me, as I'm kind of going on a tangent right now, how fast people can set their buttons. Like, I have to read it, you know, and I have to take the time to say, okay, this is like A plus B, or this is throw, this is faultless defense. Because I'll be that dude that just has the completely wrong button scheme in a tournament and say no button check. And then immediately lose.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, and as we get into it again, no button. I should just stop him. There's no one can do it at this point. As that 2D into BT finds a smart forcing out burst early, but Deeli just finding the pressure right back, getting wall break. Positive bonus. and just shoot it with the machine gun, man. Oh, I would have done it. But Goldlewis playing a little bit of a zoning game himself there. That mid-range, just not letting Soul press the button in that range without getting traded or anything like that. As Nightshade finding the quick combo, pushing Goldlewis to the combo corner, pushing Goldlewis into the combo. As Goldlewis finally bursts, it seems like Deeli is just running Nightshade down. As Soul just getting the fast move. And any other character, they'll be dead after that, but it's Goldlewis. He don't die easy. As the BT gets the wall stunned, but doesn't get the wall break, just outside the range. That BT slight. No, it doesn't need a buff. I'm kidding. Tries to 6 feet, Goldlewis, jump dusting. Goldlewis with the RC cancel push to the corner. And also gets a wall break on that. And Deeli just working on a perfect here. Well, got the dignity. I thought Soul got grabbed there. What happened? Oh, Bandit brings her into the invincibility super.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Honestly, I would love to see, and I kind of say this every time I do commentary, just bounce like this, man. I promise you it works 100% of the time. Except the times when it doesn't. Then when it doesn't work, like, forget about it. It didn't happen. Those don't count. So it works 100% of the time. As Goldlewis just too heavy and falling out of the basic B&B of Soul, but able to bring it back with the blue IC. As a 6S, not really shown these matches really. Finally comes out, but unable to find anything. As the cross-up, no cross-up, like, side switch BT was blocked successfully, but unfortunately not the BT right after that. 6H round start comes out. I'm hoping like that was just a DP round start. I'm just like to think in my mind that way. As low BT hits, and this is why, if you need another example, why you block low first and then overhead last. As Goldlewis just places drone and then runs up BTs without ever really getting striking range to Soul. Take advantage. Quick 2-0 by Deeli. Nightshade just having trouble, like most people, just not knowing what to do, honestly. With this big dude. As that dash 5P gets Goldlewis out the corner, but puts him in box him, but doesn't matter for long as Deeli fights their way out. Drops, looks like they dropped the combo. As man just destroying, bringing that wrist, but that 6H finding is smart like Soul, but not gonna kill. But the RC into clean hit DP will kill. That anti-air K. My Soul. Actually really nice. I've never seen someone do that before. As Nightshade immediately just finding them back in the corner of the pressure. Tries to DP trade, but the DP just collapses. And it's just right in their space. But finally the wrist stage going down. They finally got out with the bandit finger. And now their strike throw can be realized. Tries to cross them up, but does not work. And just only puts them in the corner. And also gets hit by Gold Burst, which allowed Deeli to convert from that combo for the kill. But now Deeli does not have burst though. a very important resource you want during the last few rounds. As this should be a wall break, but again, the 2K drops, the same exact part of that combo drops on Goldlewis, it seems like. As you need a little bit more modified routes for him, or at least don't delay it as much if it's possible to do it faster. As Burst finally comes out for Nightshade. Still looking pretty good. Both characters kind of neutral. Volcanic Viper defense into RC. Doesn't matter, and it's just kind of getting mixed by jumping Goldlewis. And this chip damage is just messing up so much, and that will do it. Clean 3-0 by Deeli. And it just seemed like Soul did not have a good way to deal with Goldlewis in this matchup. But not to take away from the player or anything, Deeli kind of playing out there in mind with just very good spacing, knowing Soul's operative ranges, and kind of placing the Behemoth Typhoon in the range it will hit, but it won't put like his whole body in danger, just that hurt box itself. And also just did a very good job of running him down, running Soul down, not letting up on them. And now losers finals, I finally know this match. It will be Deeli versus Tyler. Who will be the one to meet our winner, Force? Wouldn't it be funny if I said the wrong person's name? I should have said somebody else. So I have confirmed, after looking through the musical choices, they do not have Midnight Carnival unlocked, and that is a travesty. If you never heard it before, I'll recommend go giving it a listen. I swear, it's just a sick song with a good guitar riff. No vocals at all. Just shredding.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
And Goldlewis kind of already forcing their way. And can we just like mention the music? That's why I'm laughing right now. Like, what is this Mario 64 sounding music though? Like, what is it? Oh my gosh, he died. Well, in the amount of time that that Mario intro was played was the amount of time it took Tyler just to lose their life completely. Insane. So Deeli again gets a run back and looking, not looking back actually, just immediately just wins the first game. Second game, basically a perfect as well. Seems to have Tyler on there. Tyler's number, but his music, like what is this? Finally, Tyler finds a good hit in. Already doing better than their last few rounds. Staying 6P into cross-up teleport. Sounds pretty good to me. And now just leads with Behemoth Typhoon. Testament trying to get out of drone setup. But that not an option. As they get hit by the low, and that probably would have been death. Immediately pulls out machine gun. Didn't think Tyler would go in on their own volition. Nice job by Tyler. Just reading it of that passive approach. And 5K 6H punish on deck too. Now Skull, and yeah, this is really here, and it's just getting bullied, man. And Tyler said, "Oh, what you can do, I can do the same exact way because you can't exactly do a perfect better. They're both perfect. Both hit their low button, but only one wins. Tesla. As Deeli finding success in this, going in, finding Testament in the corner, and this is very bad. Even though Testament isn't on screen right now, just one hit like that just puts them immediately in the corner and does this super kill. Oh well, they couldn't super, I guess. Afterwards, put him in box up with the laser, and that just hit behind his head. Okay, that's the thing. But great awareness by Deeli just to do that particular BT. As Machine Gun finally shows his face once again. Tyler respecting it, but not respecting, or respecting a little too much, where Deeli was able to go in and get this super, and this super does not kill. But that jump does indeed, in fact, kill. And it just seems like to go back and forth, back and forth. It seems very competitive, but one key difference. Deeli is winning and not Tyler. As we get into potentially the last game of losers. Both characters kind of holding their ground, kind of trading shots. 6P comes out, that did look to be like a misinput, but the Behemoth Typhoon there cleans it up. And Deeli on match point here. Just something happened between winner's side and losers finals, because Deeli just seems to be having Tyler in the palm of their hand. Not breaking a sweat, just instantly takes 60% of Tyler's life. And Tyler now on the last leg, but giving it a good show, and it is fighting back quite well. But that Behemoth Typhoon air dash from full screen from the heavens, man, like the majestic eagle of the loading screen, just swoops in and takes it. And now we will have a Goldlewis in Grand Finals. And I'm not sure. Okay, now is my time to be a hater. I'm not sure I want Goldlewis to win. You know, like, I was happy that he was here. But him winning, You know what I mean? It's not that I don't want them to win, but hey, just more games, though. I do want to see the reset, though. Always an advocate for more games. As both players almost immediately start the game. Force wasting no time. As the music switch is coming out. And the stage switch getting extra fancy here. Doing the online stage, Lars Cannon. Force winner side, Deeli losers. Grand Finals, potentially last set of the strive tonight. And I don't think Force had to fight his way through Goldlewis. Yeah, because Tyler is the one that took him out right before winners finals. So I'm not sure how much Force experience Force has against Goldlewis, but it doesn't seem to matter as Goldlewis is forced to immediately burst. As Mage just striking first blood like everywhere, hasn't been touched yet. Fully charged 6-8 into Dolphin, into cancel, finally stopping the momentum there. But just 5Ps out of their block stun. And immediately puts Deeli back into the corner. Vertical Dolphin allows the combo into Orca. Nope, no super. RC. Nope. Wow, the clash into RC Man, like the reactions to know that that clashed, and because of Goldlewis, because of how active it is, he's just stuck in that animation. As Deeli didn't like how that last round turned out, and it's just opposite way, just mauling May, and just shoots up a seal. That is brutal, man. Cover your eyes. As Deeli just takes it like just like that, and in quicker fashion than Force did. Now, match point. Oh, the burst comes out on the trade, but wasn't able to take advantage of it because of how it traded. Unfortunate by Deeli, but didn't seem to phase their group at all. It's just doing extremely well. As May trying to fight their way out the corner and successfully does. As positive meter bonus for May. It's anybody's game at this point. But Behemoth Typhoon Chipp, you gotta respect it. You had a bar, you have to faultless difference, but didn't want to give up that bar. But that just means death in that scenario. Deeli taking first game of Grams. Immediately shades of the first match, as Force kind of just running away with it first game. But this time with more fight back from Deeli, as Deeli just side switches, and now May is the one in danger, and is very much so in danger. The wall actually saves her life there. The 6P clash into Behemoth Typhoon earns a round for Deeli. And Deeli just cooking them up, man. Alright, I've been confessing to make chat. I was saying all those mean stuff about Goldlewis just to get them hyped. Just so they could win. Like, look at this. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? Just gets hit by Cone just flat out. Calls Orca to do 200 meter mix, but is it worth it with Goldlewis still having bursts on its side? I don't know. The Behemoth Typhoon just whiffed on May, and the Seal Dolphin combo actually comboed into one another. That is just unfortunate. Two unlucky events by Deeli happening back to back. But Deeli not really paying attention to how last round went. Once again finds his opponent in the corner, and once again smells blood. 5H counter hit forces Deeli to burst. Deeli just going overhead, finally goes low there. It's just chipping away, and it just seems like Force not getting his faultless defense timings correctly, because all those BT ended up doing chip to him, and honestly, that just killed him. And we're one game away from a reset. Force looks a little bit uncomfortable out there. Maybe not uncomfortable, but it definitely Deeli is in their zone right now. As they just trading blows, but naturally it favors Goldlewis just because the nature of his health pool. Like, he got all this health to spare. As Goldlewis is just slowly backing them down with Jump Dust, VT. But Meg turns the corner with RC and just does this dust setup. I don't think I've seen that before. As Force baits 6B but doesn't really get anything out of it. Baits a reversal, and this should just be death. Nice job on Force. Well, it doesn't get too excited to eat. Ha. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm sorry. As Behemoth Typhoon just run rampant here. As again, he's just getting shit like, what are you supposed to do? Smart call holding on to the burst. You were not using it this round. As that 2P hitting Totsugeki out of the air. as Goldlewis is just trying to stop this knee pressure from ever really mounting. Force having a very hard time to establish what he wants to do. Reversal super, I don't think this punishes. Yep, it's too slow, but Force is unable to punish. A little too far. And now it's just bullying Goldlewis with these dolphins. There's probably not much Goldlewis can do since his fastest button is like 5 frames, I think. And Force finally taking his first victory.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Cause let's get something straight. Force is definitely capable of bringing this back in reverse sweeping. He's more than capable, and almost as if to show you this, he almost gets a perfect. As he does get it, no, it traded. That's unfortunate. It's a perfect in my heart. 5K Dolphin comes out, ground start. And I think Force, out of everybody, just seems to have the best answer to Goldlewis jump dust into BT. And it seems to be working out very well for him. Where it seemed most people were confused at how to approach it, Force just makes the adaptations and successfully baits burst too at the right time. Force is just running through Goldlewis now at this point. And now here's where I actually hard cheer for Goldlewis, because I want to see more games, because both these players are kind of good. You know, just kind of good, you know what I mean? Nothing special. Kind of nice. As Force coming out with a very strong start, forcing it in. Is that early if you lost half your health already? Early burst from Deeli, but Deeli just finds them right and back in the same situation that they do. The main now has meter, finally cancels into it, and that is death. And now it is grand finals point for Force. And it almost seems like as fast as Deeli was able to read Force those first 2 games, Force finally is just mounting his assault. As I'm not sure how much Goldlewis can do against this. That 5P finally coming out, but nothing will stop this train as that burst comes out to keep him in the corner in that round-ending combo, which means it is over. Force to Eat wins the tournament. Your Xanadu 504 Guilty Gear Strive champion. And it was just a great showing just by both of them. And even though kind of Deeli got run over at those last few moments, it was a very great showing where neither player could have been counted out because of how well they just handled the situation, even if they were down. And so that will conclude our Guilty Gear Strive tournament. Just a big thanks just to all the players coming out for them doing their best and just giving us a show just every week too. And don't forget, we're always back here on Thursday. I was about to say Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Thursday, same place, same time. Alright, so that concludes our Xanadu 504. Appreciate y'all all coming out, watching the stream. Make sure you're here for next week. And I'll catch you then. Alright, see y'all.